had to come on here for like some real feelings that I'm feeling. I've been feeling all types lately, but it involves work. And that is a huge facet of my life is work. It is doing work. I have a job. I have a 9 to 5. I have, a business. I have, a blog. And so all of that is considered work for me. And even listening to the podcast, I can't think of it now, but they are on a series of like moms and working, Christ-centered moms and working and stuff like that. But anyway, so I am like huge. I don't know if this is like a spiritual gift or what it is, but I am so huge on like depositing little things throughout the day to people, not to myself. So my biggest thing is that, I want to make sure that people feel seen, people feel heard, people feel noticed, and just, I'm always big on just being thoughtful, because sometimes people, because I feel it, so I know it's like a real feeling that, people just want to be like, dang, is anybody thinking of me? Is anybody? And I really try to be intentional in those moments and, give, praise or encouragement when it's due and, stuff like that. And so like we have this newsletter on my team that I work for here, and every, Friday is a newsletter, and they, it's things that, we can put in our newsletter, we can submit it every week, we have this. And so on the newsletter, it says out to different people in this department and in other departments. You can share a funny that you encountered, like anything that you've encountered this week. So other liaisons are able to, read and just take a moment to kind of read this. And so, I try to be intentional with putting something when it comes to mind. So we have a reminder every Wednesday to put something, but and it comes up on my calendar and everything. But for the most part, like I was like, no, I have to kind of be intentional when something happens, or when somebody like does something that I feel is intentional, I put it down. Because I will forget. We grown folks and we forget, right? So any type of what I put on there is like when somebody shares something with me. Like there's been times where colleagues share like personal things about them, and I just be like, hey, shout out to this person because they're really working through a hard situation right now. Or even my family, like shout out to this family who is still keeping everything running smooth when their whole family got COVID, like or just someone that's like really helped me, like that went out of their way to help me. Like I will put that in. And so every Friday we get the newsletter and everything, and I read through it, and it's just amazing to see like everything that's happening in the different departments or whatever. And I give my shout outs and everything, and people feel good. They're like, oh, thank you for this, and thank you for this or whatever. And then as I read through the newsletters, very few, I'm never going to say that I've never gotten a shout out, but it's like few and far between. And the real feeling is like, dang, like I went out of my way. I, had this whole conversation with you for 30 minutes, to help you, because I'm on this like special team, which we help like a certain aspect of a student's life here. And so like I do that majority of the time, and I do, things that I don't have to do. And I do because like my focus is that we're serving the student. And so I'm not going to say like, figure it out on your own, because I don't want this question to come up again. I don't want to see it again. So I'm just going to work thoroughly. And, even with my families, we had like liaison appreciation week, like 2 of my, 30 or 40 families like reached out and said, hey, I appreciate you. And the feeling is like, dang, like, like nobody, like, really appreciates you. Nobody wants to take the time when you're slinging, this is what they say, slinging dopamine. When you're slinging dopamine, in which people need that, right? That is a scientific study that says, I'm going to sling this dopamine. Dopamine comes from kindness, goodness, all of that, right? That makes people feel good. So when I'm out and doing this because God said do. Like, I know when God said do because he drop it in, do this right there. Shout out to this person right there. Do this right there. Because I'll be like, or text this person and let them know that, you're thinking about them. Like, stuff like that. I know that God drops this into my spirit. And it's so crazy because I did a video earlier this week. It kind of ties into that. And then just the simple fact that, like, I'll be like, God, you don't be dropping my name in nobody's spirit to check on me. Like, that's a real feeling. And I tell God, I ask God that. Because I'm like, dang, like, of all the stuff, that I am put on this earth for, why don't, like, I get accolades? Just be like, God, like, you didn't drop in anybody's spirit. Like, hey, like, appreciate you, Amber, for, doing this or doing this or this. And so it's like, I feel the feeling and then I have to kind of like check myself, right? When you're in this place, the Bible verse is like, you work as unto the Lord. You do as unto the Lord. You do as the Lord says. In other words, right? So we all know that Bible verse. We work as unto the Lord. Sometimes it's hard working unto the Lord because you're like, Lord, like, can somebody be like, hey, girl, I see you. Girl, I see you. I see you. I see you doing this. I see you doing that. Like, that makes me feel like I'm saying, like, I appreciate words that you, and random words that you, like, are thinking about. But when you work as unto the Lord and you do as what he say do, like, you really feel those feelings. And I am working because I'm like, Lord, I want to be to where I do this and not expect anything in return. But then he does, for me, he like corrects me then, right? Because he'd be like, I see you. And that's all that matters. And then every so often I will get a, hey. And it'd be from straight, it don't even be from the people that I've helped. It'd be from like strangers. I know that God like has this reciprocal type thing because it don't even be from the people that I've done things for. So when we work as unto the Lord, he rewards you however he wants to. So you do what he said do. Well, I know that he put into my spirit, like, you're these people's like seed sower. You sow into them, right? You continue to sow into them even if they don't reciprocate or whatever, because you are assigned to these people. And then there are other people that are assigned to you. And when he said that, I was like, wow. That blows my mind how God will restore the dopamine, the everything. It will come from different areas that you don't even expect it from. Just like when you're sowing and they don't expect it, that's how it's going to be for you. And so I just want to encourage anyone who feels unseen that you're working as unto the Lord. Working as unto you, but I really don't know what's going on because I'm doing this, but it's like, oh, okay, appreciate you, and you don't get like the thoughtfulness. Sometimes people don't even say thank you. Like, thank you. Like, I've learned that people just don't say thank you. And that's why I try to be intentional. Whatever, like, I don't receive, I don't want someone else to feel like I don't do. And that's my learning experience. So whatever I don't receive, I make sure I'm very intentional. Do I get it right all the time? No. I'm so sensitive to God saying, hey, do this, say thank you, and do it right then. And people say, pray for me, I do it right then. Because, I try to be obedient. But he's saying, you will get, and you feel like you're giving out. It's like every day, and then like every 2 weeks, somebody pours into you. But you're working as on to the Lord. And that check in with that person every 2 weeks is going to fill that void of that 2 weeks that you've been giving out. So I just want to say from personal experience, I know that feeling, and you're like, man, like, am I doing this? Am I doing this for me? or my, because I'm giving out, and I don't see like any fruits from over here. But God said, I got you. God said it comes in unexpected ways from unexpected people that you don't even hear, that you don't even see and hear from. So just wanted to give that bit of encouragement, and just let you know, when you work as unto the Lord, He fills that cup. This goes for work. This goes for life. This goes for anything. You work and you do it unto the Lord. I have this blog page that I have like 100 and some followers, that I'm appreciative of all these followers that are organic. I didn't have to buy. I'm not buying followers. But God said, do it. And I'm going to continue to do it, because He never said stop doing this. Stop seeding into this. And if you don't think that nobody sees, they see. They are seeing. And the people that is supposed to see it, sees it. And you don't have to buy followers and stuff because of what I take you through, that you can pour into people. The people who need it will see it. It's unto Him. It's not unto us. Sometimes we don't see what He says and the fruits of what He say, but guess what? It's going to reap its fruit, and it's probably already reaping its fruit. And as you're pouring into these people that probably never seen kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, all of that, it's placing a seed in them. So just want you to be encouraged.